Hi, this is Gustav, the developer of TupiTube. Welcome to our channel and Happy New Year. This is we back in the game. The workshops for TupiTubers are coming back, and this is our version number 14. I never imagined we will get this so far, but I'm really happy. I want to start saying thank you to all the people that is joining to this transmission. I hope to deliver a lot of knowledge and nice tricks about animation in this session. Okay, let's start. What is this workshop about? Today we are going to talk about the TupiTube workflow. But to start talking about the TupiTube workflow, I'm going to explain what is the difference between an exercise and a short film. What is the difference between an animated exercise and a short film? An animated short, excuse me. So in the previous workshops, we have been working in a lot of animation exercises. Let me show you a little reference of what we have been doing along all these workshops. We have been transmitting all this time. If you pay attention to all what we did in the past, was pretty basic exercises. How do you recognize an exercise? Because it's something that you do to develop your skills, to enhance your abilities as animator. When you try an exercise, you are not thinking about a big project. You are not thinking about a background. You are not thinking about character design if you are going to use characters. You're not thinking of nothing, but you just want to try something simple, and you want to make a fluid animation. That's what you want when you are trying to make an exercise. Like this one, for example. Okay. Usually an exercise it's a loop. It's something that repeats itself once and again and again and again. And as I mentioned before, you do it as a practice, but it won't be part of a big project. Okay. So what is the difference with an animated short? When we are talking about an animated short, we are talking about a project. We are talking about several scenes. We are talking about a story. Animation is a communication channel, so you can express a lot of ideas using animation. So usually when you create an animated short, a project, you want to deliver an idea, you want to communicate a story, you want to communicate a joke, you want to say something, and you want to do it in a complete way. So when you are working in a short film, in an animated short, you think about backgrounds, you think about characters, you think about the story. So it's a very complex exercise, a very complex task. I wanted to make this workshop because there is a lot of TupiTubers trying to make animated shorts, but they are doing it in the wrong way. So I decided to make this workshop to explain the basic steps you should follow to deliver a nice product without having so many nightmares or so many problems along the process. Okay, so this is the challenge today. Okay, let's think about animation exercise. When we develop the TupiTube app, that you can find in the Google Play Store, we were thinking about a tool to support the learning process of an animator, especially kids and teenagers, by the way. So the TupiTube app is precisely to support that part of the process. I mean, when you need to make basic exercises that you have to repeat once and again to develop your skills. That's the way. That's the way you should use this tool. And I want to say that because from time to time I see kids trying to make a complete short film or even a feature film, a very complex exercises, very complex stories using the TupiTube app. But this is not the goal of this tool. This tool is just for exercises, for practice, okay? Basic practice. Something that you want to repeat, and something that you can do while you wait, while you are waiting for something, you know, when you are waiting for the bus, when you are, you know, when you have free time and you want to use it in a useful way. Well, the TupiTube app is a good way to do it. Okay, that's all I wanted to say as introduction. So let's talk about the workflow of TupiTube. Oh, I want to say hi to Crunchy Plays, who is saying hi in the chat. Thank you for joining, guys. Okay, so let's get back to our list of activities for this workshop, and let's start talking about the TupiTube workflow. The TupiTube workflow is formed by three basic items: the planning process, the production process, and the edition process. So we are going to talk about these three steps you should follow when you are thinking of making an animated short. So let's start with that. Okay, this is an advice not just for animation but for life. Planning is the key to get successful results in any project that you want to make, and an animated short is a project, absolutely. So when you want to develop your short, your animated short, the first step you have to follow is to create a plan. Now, in the animation industry, the process of planning includes a document, some kind of let's call it document, that you need to plan your short film, your animated short. I'm going to start showing you an example that I want you to watch. So give me a second, I look for it. Yes, it's right here. So let me show you an example that in fact I posted in the TupiTube Instagram account a few days ago. There it is. I call it the Bold Trip. This is a very basic demo of an animated short. So if you are following my TupiTube account in Instagram, you could watch it. You could watch it. It's right here. But let's play it. Let's play it right now. Oh, let me kill the music. We don't need it anymore. Let's take a look. it is very short, so let me play it once again, the last one.
The ball trip.
Okay, that's it. That's it. This example is that we are going to use to explain the TupiTube workflow. So I create a story very short because the idea is that we use this short as an example of the process. Okay, that's the final result. That's the goal the goal we want to achieve. That kind of result. Okay. So how we can get there? That's the challenge, and that's the TupiTube workflow is for. Okay, so getting back to the planning process, we need to talk about the storyboard. In previous stupid tips, I have been talking about storyboard, and I'm going to talk about it once again. Let's see some examples of storyboards. So give me a second. I'm going to open the example I prepared for you. Okay, right here. Let's start with this image. There it is. So let's go for it. I want to show you this example. What you are watching right now, it's a little part of the storyboard of a featured film. I don't know if you can guess which one is the movie. The movie for this storyboard is Shrek. This is a little piece of the storyboard. Usually the storyboard looks like a comic strip, but it's not a comic. It's not a comic strip. It's similar, but the main idea of the storyboard is to split the animated short into the scenes that you will need to make to tell the story. So every little square in the screen is just one scene lasting more or less between 2 seconds and 6-7 seconds the far. Usually a scene it's about few seconds, and this is important to think about because I have seen how a lot of users of TupiTubers are creating just one scene to tell the whole story using TupiTube, and that's a big mistake. So this is part of the learning process. We have to start thinking of our story as a set of scenes, little scenes, short scenes, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 7 seconds at the most. But the important thing is that you can recognize a scene. Usually a scene is short, few seconds, and you can recognize a scene because the background changes, or the point of view of the camera changes to it's relative easy to recognize when a scene is changing, when the scene has finished and a new scene has started. So what we are going to do now is we are going to check the storyboard I create for the demo. I showed it to you a few seconds ago. Okay. Oh, there is a new A new user joining the chat. I want to say thank you to Salman. Thank you for joining to the transmission. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get back to my storyboard. This is my storyboard. You can create the storyboard for your animated short on a piece of paper. You can do it using your notebook. You just need a pencil and paper. That's all that you need. Now you can do it digital. You can do it in your computer if you want to. The important thing is that you do it. I mean, you have to plan your project. There is a lot of TupiTubers that they want to create a complete animated short, and the first thing that they do is to download TupiTube. They install it and they start animating from the beginning. Right now, they start animating. Okay, what do you want to do? I want to do. They used to answer. I want to do an animated short to post it on my TupiTube channel. Okay, great. Okay, and they start animating. Okay, what story are you going to tell? No, I don't know, but I'm already animating. I'm already animating. That's a big mistake. I mean, you have to stop for a moment and start thinking about what you want to do. And that's the reason you have to plan. And that's the reason you have to create a storyboard. So you take the piece of paper or the graphic editor you want to use, and on the workspace you have to divide it using straight lines. You have to create these squares where every square is going to represent a scene of your short film. Okay, so in my case, if you take care about the picture, about my storyboard, you will notice that I create 5 scenes. That's all I did. Remember, my demo, my short is very small because I just want to tell you the key steps of the process. I don't want it to create something complex. So I can give you this explanation really in a really easy way. Okay? So as you can see, I have 5 scenes. The first scene is the title, and a little green ball falls down and bounces here, and then it disappears from the right side of the scene. In the second scene, my ball falls down and bounces on the floor 1, 2, and in the third time it falls down through this little hole. Now in the third scene, I show the path inside the hole, and the ball is going to go through the whole path and it will go out through the right side of the scene. In the fourth scene, there is another hole, and the ball is going to go out and bounce 3 times, and then it's going to stop right here. In my last scene, I'm going to show the end title, and that's it. That's all my project about. The good thing about doing storyboards is that you can calculate the duration of your short before starting to create the scenes for real. So this is very useful, because if I say, okay, let's say that every scene lasts 3 seconds more or less. 3 times 5 is 15 seconds, so my short film is going to last more or less 15 seconds. So once I had made this, I'm ready to start creating. So that's the second part of the TupiTube workflow. That is why I call the production. Production is when you open TupiTube. Now that you understand what are the scenes that you need to make, so you can start making the process. About the demo I showed you, you can go to TupiTube.com, and if you look for my profile, Gustav Gonzalez, if you look in my profile, you will find every scene I create for the project. The 5 scenes are available in my profile, so you can download it if in case you want to study them. From the title to the end title, and remember, this is important, remember, that you always can download the source file. You always can download the source file of every scene. So you can download it, open it from TupiTube desk, and you can study the source file, understand how I did it, which I think is very useful for you guys. So remember, the whole project is available in my profile. Okay, now let's get back to the production step. So the ideal process is that you create one scene and just one scene per source file. I mean, you should have to create one tup source file, TUP source file, for every scene you want to create. So in my case, I create 5 files. I have 5 files, 5 TupiTube source files for my project. I really recommend you this because TupiTube almost in Windows platforms requires a lot of memory. So if you try to create one scene of, let's say, more than 200 frames, probably the application is going to crash. And if you are going to try to create the whole animated short using just one scene, the chance, the odds that the TupiTube crashes, it's bigger. So my recommendation is always create one short, one source file per scene. One source file per scene. Okay, let's see. Let me show you one of the let me show you one of the 5 scenes I created using TupiTube. Let's start with the, and I don't want to discuss every scene because that's not the goal of this workshop. The goal of this workshop is show you the whole workflow and not just one step. So I'm not pretending to get in deep the technical details. I'm just going to mention something really superficial, okay? So let me show you. Let's go to the screen and let's take a look to the title scene. This is the first scene that I create using TupiTube desk. Oh, OG gamers, I haven't seen you. Thank you so much for joining the transmission. I hope you like it and I hope you learned a lot. Okay, so this is the title scene. So how I did it. I used a title that I create using another software called Inkscape. This is an object that I create using Inkscape, another free software. I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to type the name of the software in the chat. So you can search about it later in case you want to use it too. Remember, it's free. So I create the title using another software, then I imported the title inside the TupiTube library. And what I did next was to apply on a scale twin. So I put it, the title really small, and then I create a twin, a scale twin, So it is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the reason that when you watch the scene, you see how the title gets bigger. After that, using the frame by frame animation technique, I animated the ball, and that's it. Basically, that's what I did for this scene. Once you have finished the scene, you can export it and you can create the MP4 file. And that's it. That's the way you do it. So in the end of the process, you will have, in my case, 5 MP4 video files ready to the next step. Let's take a look. Let's take a look to the last, the other scene, and then we move on to the edition process. Let me check. Oh, Salman is saying, yay, my university gave me an assignment to make a short story using TupiTube. That's why I'm here, sir. Okay, thank you so much, Salman. I'm really happy to know that the content I am delivering is really useful for you. Anyway, if you have additional questions, don't hesitate to contact me through our social media channels. We are in almost all the more famous common social media, so please, if you have additional questions, just let me know. Okay, let's analyze the scene 2. In the scene 2, we have a ball bouncing 3 times and falling down inside a hole. Okay, for this scene, I decided to use a motion twin, and I mix it with a rotation twin. So when the ball is falling and moving, it's rotating too. It's rotating slowly. No big deal. It's just a motion twin combined with a rotation twin. That's all I did here. About the background, for the background, just an additional note, I use a vector static background, and I created by myself. Every piece of the background is a vector shape. You know, you can decompose the background as much as you want. Okay, that's it. Now I have 5 scenes. As you can see here, I have 5 scenes, 5 source files. After I finish all the scenes of my project, then I'm going to export them. As I export them, I will have 5 MP4 video files. So what's the next step? Oh, excuse me. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's talk about the edition process. Oh, Giovanni Ramirez, thank you so much for joining the transmission. We really miss you. Always welcome. Okay, now we're talking about the final step of the process, the edition. The edition is the step where you get all these pieces, all these scenes you already create using TupiTube Desk, and it's time to merge them in a final product. So that's the last step of the TupiTube workflow. So let's take a look to my video editor. Give me a second. I'm going to open it. And then you're going to see how it looks, the edition process. Now remember this, and this is very important. In the workshop 13, I mean the previous workshop, we dedicated the whole time to talk about video editors. So please, if you don't know how to edit video, it's it's a good idea to start watching the workshop 13 because it will help you, it will give you some hints about where to start. So please, if you don't know about video editors, please take a look to that. Oh, really interesting. Give me a second. I have a problem with my editor, but I think I can fix it easily. Give me a second. Morph is low. I will taking care about this, and right now he's failing, but take a little patience. I think I can fix it. Let's see if I did it. Oh, morph is low. I swear guys that I was working on this really hard, and oh, give me a second, maybe we can get some luck here. Last night I was checking this file so it won't, bingo, it's working now. Woo. Okay, this is my video editor, and this is where I'm going to merge every scene I already create using TupiTube Desk. So if you can see here, I'm going to select it. This is my scene number 1. This is my scene number 2. This is my scene number 3. This is my scene number 4. And this is the ending scene, the number 5. So what I have to do is put all the blocks in the right order of my scenes, and I can start editing the audio part of my short. Usually when you are thinking about an animated short, you will need to use sound. You want to use music, you want to use voices, you want to use sound effects. So the video editor is the better application you can use to merge all these resources, all these elements to create your final animated short. If you pay attention here, let me show you.
The ball trip.
As you can see, this is the structure of my project. I can remove, for example, the music. I can watch it without the music, only with the sound effects. I can remove temporarily the sound effects and only play the music. You know, this is a playground to play with all the elements of your short film, so you can create different versions of what you want, and in the end, all you have to do when you finish and you say, okay, this is the final product, I really like it, you just have to do is to render the project. When you render it, you will get just one final MP4 video file that you will be able to post on YouTube, on Instagram, depending wherever the place you want to post it. And this is all about the edition step. So if you pay attention, you already talk about all the TupiTube workflow. Now, if you follow these steps, and this is really important, you can guarantee that you will get a nice result, and you won't have to email me saying, okay, I'm sorry, but I was working on my project and the software crashed. Well, usually the software is crashing because people is trying to create the whole animation in just one scene, in just one source file, which is a very, very bad idea. That's the reason I create this workshop for you guys. Okay, basically that's all about this workshop. Okay, I didn't watch the chat. Giovanni Ramirez is asking, this video editor is only for Linux? Yes, KDN Live. I'm going to type the name of the software in the chat so you can look for it. KDN Live Video Editor for Linux. This version is only for Linux, yes, but as I mentioned in the workshop 13, there are thousands. There are an insane amount of different video editors for Windows, Linux, Mac. There are free, there are paid software, there are whatever you want to is there. So you just have to look for it. Please, if you want to know more about video editors, please take a look to the workshop 13. I don't know if someone have additional questions. I'm going to wait a few seconds. Maybe someone want to ask something else. And I think it's time to start saying goodbye. Oh, don't cry for that, Giovanni. There are too many video editors for Windows, for example, and free software too. So we talk about someone called BSCD. I don't remember right the name, but I think it's BSCD, and you can use it, and it's free. You can create shorts like this one using that kind of software, so don't worry about it. Well, okay, I think that it is time to start saying goodbye, but before that, I want to remind you that TupiTube Desk is free software. You are right, Salman. Filmora 9, that's another software that you can use if you want to. I mean, you have to do your own research and you can pick the video editor you want to. Okay, I just wanted to remind you that TupiTube Desk it's free software, and currently we are running give me a second. We are running a very important component of the project right now. We call it the TupiTube library project, and if you want to know about it, you can find a video in our YouTube channel talking about the TupiTube library project. So please go and watch it if you want to. We are needing your support, guys. That's the truth. If you support us, we can create new, more and better versions of our software. We can enhance the experience, but please help us. You are very welcome to contribute. You can do it from $1. You can do it just one time. So you are very welcome to support us, guys. Salman is asking for PNG images. Can you recommend a website? Well, there is if you look at Google for free images repositories, I think you can find several. I'm not saying that you will find all the images of the world you need, but you can find free reference. In fact, inside the TupiTube interface, you will be able to look for some components for your animations, like backgrounds and all that stuff. If you haven't watched the TupiTube library project, I'm going to put give me a second. I'm going to leave the link in the chat in case you want to watch it. There it is. I'm leaving the link in the chat in case you want to watch it. Okay, guys, I think that's good enough for today. I hope you have enjoyed this workshop. I hope you have learned a lot. So thank you so much for joining. See you in the next workshop. Stay tuned. TupiTubers, keep animating, and see you in the next video.